Hey, welcome back to another segment with the Chiropractic Source. Today I want to teach you some exercises to increase the curve in your neck. Before we do so, I want to make sure that you understand that before you do any of these type of exercises, I want you to go to your local chiropractor and get an x-ray of your neck. This right here is an example of what the side of the neck looks like. So when you get an x-ray of your neck, you're supposed to have a curve that's similar to this black line. But if you don't have that proper curve, certain exercises will be better for you when you know what your curve looks like. So this person right here does not have any curve. It's actually straight, and the head is coming very far off the shoulders. So you want to know this information before you start any type of exercise program. So the first exercise I want to show you is actually going to be more for your shoulders. Most people walk around with that forward head translation where their head comes off of the shoulders, which also causes the shoulders to round forward like this. So the first exercise that I'm going to show you is an exercise that's actually going to teach you how to bring your shoulders back more like this instead of being rounded forward. So we call this exercise the wall angels. So you're going to go put your back against the wall. So you're going to go heels against the wall, back as close to the wall as possible. And you're going to bring your arms up like this. And sometimes if your shoulders are very far rounded forward, you're not going to be able to reach that wall. That's okay, but try to bring the arms as close to the wall as possible. And you're going to go up like this, as far as you can go. You're going to meet the hands in the middle, hold it for a second, and come back down. That's one wall angel. You're going to start off by doing these wall angels 10 to 15 times at a time. But you're going to want to increase that as it gets easier. In the very beginning, it's going to be harder. But you're going to start off with doing about 10 to 15 of them, doing it a couple times a day. But you could increase that to be doing 20 to 50 to 100, because that's going to really strengthen up the back muscles and bring the shoulders back. So the next exercise that I want to show you, there's going to be two modifications. The first one we're going to teach is going to be for somebody that when they get that x-ray of their neck, that they have a little bit of a curve. It might not be the perfect curve, but there's at least some curve in the neck. The second one is going to be for somebody that either has no curve, which sometimes is called a military neck, or a curve going in the opposite direction, which is called a kyphosis. So the first exercise is for somebody that has the curve. And what we're going to do, we call it a posterior head translation. So when the head comes forward, we need to strengthen the muscles to bring that head back. So what you're going to do is you're just going to go close to a wall. You don't want to be too close because you don't want your head to hit it. And what you're going to do is you're going to keep your chin down and you're going to contract the neck muscles and bring it back so it's more over your shoulders. You're going to hold it for a count of 2 seconds and then release. So you're going to go back, hold it for 2 seconds, and release. And you're going to start off again doing that about 10 to 15 times, but as it gets easier, you want to increase the amount of reps. You can also do this as many as 50 to 100 times, and if you do that a couple times a day, you're going to strengthen those muscles and you're going to bring that head back more over the shoulders. So the second one I want to teach you is a little bit of a variation, and this is for somebody that doesn't have a curve in the neck or the curve is going in the wrong direction. So what they're going to do is they're going to do the same thing. They're going to keep their chin tucked and they're going to bring their head back, but then you're going to bring your chin up towards the sky, hold it for a count of 2 seconds, and then release. So it's going to be posterior translation, bring the chin up towards the sky. And you're going to do that once again for about 10 to 15 times, and then you're going to increase as it gets better and do that a couple times a day. So the next exercise that I want to show you is actually more of a stretch than an exercise. And the reason why we're going to do this is when you don't have that proper curve in the neck, so if you have that forward head translation or you lost that curve, the ligaments that hold the bones together are actually deformed to that shape. So we have to stretch those ligaments over time to permanently correct the neck. Okay, so the way we're going to stretch this neck is we're going to do it in a stair-step variation. So you're going to start off with just a roll underneath your neck. You could purchase a roll similar to this, or you could take a towel and you can roll up a towel in a cylinder-like formation like this, and you can put that underneath your neck. But what you're going to do is you're going to take that roll, you're going to put it underneath the neck, you're going to put something underneath the knees to support the lower back, and you're just going to take that roll, put it underneath the neck, and you're just going to relax that. What that's going to do is it's going to support the proper curve in your neck, and you're just going to lie there for about 10 to 12 minutes at a time. So after you do the roll underneath the neck for a few weeks, and it gets real easy, and the 12 minutes seems like it's very easy, the next step you could do is you could go on the end of your bed. So what you're going to do is you're going to lie on your bed, put something underneath your knees to support the lower back, and you're going to start off by putting the base of your skull at the end of your bed. And you're just going to lie your head back like that. That's going to bring the head a little bit further back from the shoulders. And you're just going to relax there. You're going to start off with about 2 to 3 minutes at a time and work your way up to 12 minutes. So the third and most difficult variation of stretching the neck back is going to be after you lie the base of your skull off the end of your bed, and you can do that for 12 minutes straight without feeling any pain, any dizziness, or anything like that. Because the final one, you're going to have your head even further back, and you want to make sure that you're prepared for that. So instead of having the base of your skull at the end of the bed, you're going to put the shoulders at the end of the bed. So you're going to put something underneath your knees again to support it, and you're going to put the shoulders at the end of your bed, and then you're going to let your head rest further back. And once again, you're going to do this for about 2-minute increments and work your way up to 12 minutes at a time. Some of these stretches and exercises could be easy for some people and more difficult for others. So I want to reiterate that you're going to go at your pace. I don't want you to try to push yourself to do too much too soon. So if you could only do those exercises 5 to 10 times in the beginning, you have to do that for a few weeks, do that, please. Do this at your pace. But it's important to do these at home. Do it at least once or twice a day. The stretches that we taught you, you could probably get away with doing that once a day. And before you do these exercises, make sure you go find out what your neck curve looks like. Because sometimes these type of stretches and exercises may not work for certain necks. So it's important that you know that beforehand before you start doing that. So if you have any questions, please feel free to call us, email us, go on our website, reach out to us on our social media, and don't forget to watch our monthly webinar called Get to the Source with Dr. Marco.